What does it take to win a depression or anxiety case in 2017? Does it take a inpatient hospitalization? Does it take drug prescriptions, significant psychotropic drug prescriptions? What can your doctor do to help you? Hi, I'm Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney, and I will tell you that as of 2017, and earlier for that matter, winning cases involving depression and anxiety has become a lot more difficult at Social Security. My sense is that Social Security judges see depression and anxiety a lot, and they are much less likely than before to approve these cases. And as a result, I'm a lot more selective when it comes to taking these cases, because while I completely understand that someone with a diagnosed level of depression and anxiety is going to have a very difficult time working, the fact remains these cases are really, really difficult to win. And I'm not, again, that's just the reality of the situation. So what does it normally take to win? Well, first of all, and again, this may seem a little bit unfair, but judges are looking for people that are a little bit older, in their late 40s, early 50s. You can win if you're in your 30s or 20s, but judges are going to be a lot more sympathetic to people in their 40s, late 40s and early 50s. This thought being, I think, that judges realize that significant mental health conditions can develop over time in somebody. When you're younger, you may have a little more reserve to deal with those things, but as you get older, it may become more difficult. Your life circumstances change. Perhaps you've gone through a divorce, your kids are gone, whatever has changed in your life, that your focus is now on yourself a little bit more. Judges just seem to feel that people who have been able to survive and get through things in their 30s and 20s and early 40s just can't do so as much when they're a little bit older. So I look for people who are in their late 40s, early 50s. I think judges are looking for inpatient psychiatric hospitalizations, and this may or may not be a suicide attempt. It could simply be a nervous breakdown, at least one, if not two or more. And again, this just demonstrates that the mental health condition, your mental health condition, is really, really serious. That is serious enough that it can't be controlled without having you put in inpatient. Because again, judges are just not going to approve cases that they feel are moderate in scope. If it's severe enough to put you in the hospital, a mental health hospital, once or twice for the last couple of years, that's telling the judge this is a pretty significant case. They look for ongoing treatment. And I realize that money can be an object, insurance can be an object, but it's difficult when your treatment has been at the local county extension office and you go every 3 months and get a medication refill. They're looking for therapists. They're looking for ongoing treatment every few weeks, monthly, not just once every 2 or 3 months. They're looking for doctors who are prescribing heavy-duty medications for psychiatric conditions, Prozac, Abilify, Wellbutrin, some of these medications that have significant side effects, but that are used to control significant depression and anxiety. So if you're not getting any kind of medication, it can be very, very difficult to win. If you're only taking one medication or at a very low level, it's going to be a lot more difficult to win. Judges look for unsuccessful work attempts, and I think that the model would be someone who's worked at a job for a long time, fairly successfully, they get laid off or terminated, then now there's a series of 3 or 4 or 5 work attempts that last a week or two, and the person gets let go, or they quit because they can't handle the pressure. That's something fairly typical, but I think unsuccessful work attempts do demonstrate that there is a significant problem and one that would prevent somebody from working going forward in the future. What I do a lot of times is I'll ask my client to give me the name of a former supervisor or coworker who can put together an affidavit or statement describing what the problem was at work. That's really good evidence to say what could happen at a future job. Judges look for people with behavioral abnormalities. Crying spells, very typical. So if you have crying spells several times a week that last 30, 45 minutes, that's an unscheduled break in a work day, and that demonstrates somebody who has his condition is out of control. Maybe somebody who's bedridden with severe depression or afraid to leave the house, and that happens 2 or 3 times a week. That's the level of impairment the judges are looking for, and they want to have evidence in the form of maybe a relative or someone who sees it, or the doctor describing it, someone who doesn't shower for 2 or 3 days at a time, doesn't leave the house, is afraid to go to the grocery store. And the judge will ask, do you drive? Do you go to the grocery store? Do you socialize? And so again, not that you shouldn't try to do these things, but what they're looking for is people that just say, I just can't do it. I can't do those normal activities of daily living that I used to be able to do because I'm just, my anxiety is just through the roof, my depression is really bad. Maybe physical symptoms are another thing the judges look for. People who develop tremors or shakes because they're so nervous, or they simply freeze up, or they run away from situations, or again shop late at night because they don't want to be have people see them. These are all examples of somebody with a significant problem. Judges will many times want to know what the source of the trauma was that maybe brought this on. It may be a lifelong thing, there is no trauma, but sometimes it could be a very bad divorce, it could be a physical attack, it can be a sexual attack, it can be military situation. We may be getting into PSD territory, which is kind of a different issue, but many times if there's something you can point to that made things get a lot worse, that's something that will help the judge wrap his or her mind around your situation and be more sympathetic and be prepared to give you a favorable decision. So those are some of the things. The point I'm making here is that the level of impairment when you're getting into significant mental health problems for depression and anxiety, the level of impairment has to be really, really severe. The days when you could say, I'm depressed and I don't feel really good and it'd be really difficult for me to work, not going to do it anymore. They want to see, judges want to see, again, the hospitalizations, the heavy-duty medications, the failed work attempts, the abnormal behaviors. Those are the things the judges want to see. And I realize that there may be people out there who have significant anxiety and depression that don't have some of those things. But again, if you want to win disability in 2017, that's kind of what you have to have. So, hope you found this useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube, like it on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube and Facebook channels. If you've not already done so, please download my it's free on my website, Secrets to Winning Social Security Disability Survival Kit. It is something you can download and get by email. I think I put a lot of time into it. I think you'll find it useful as well. So for now, this is Jonathan Ginsberg. Any questions you've got for me, please reach out to me. And until next time, I wish you the best. Thank you. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the Survival Kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include, how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know, how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.